What up? What up? What up, man? What's going on? How y'all doing? We live. Yeah, I'm eating grapes. Nope. I still got some business I need to do real quick. Mm, 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 mm. Wait, what's that? Oh, stupid. What's going on, people? What's going on? What's happening? What you salute, salute, salute? How y'all doing? I don't know if this is somebody new or somebody that changed their name again. Good evening, brother. Oh, that's my guy. I know who it is. What's going on, man? How are you? I need to get you on this live. We can talk about some of the stuff that you're doing. What up, IS? IS in the building. Definitely gonna get your reaction in that vet. We're gonna take that ride. I got you. I got you. Do my little last minute business. Come on. Come on. Man, how y'all doing today? Especially for the Midwesterners, how y'all adapting to the weather change? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I am not ready. Not ready for the weather change. No, not by any means. Yo, there we go. What's going on, people? Man, it's chilly. It is chilly out here in this spring. That part. I am right there with you, IS. You say already, bro. Already. I'm not ready for the cold weather yet. Man, bro, I'm petitioning with you. I is not ready. Not by any means. Been enjoying this weather. It was a decent season, man. It's coming to an end. There are fewer car events. There's a few more events going on. Um, and then we're gonna start seeing all the Halloween events. I think the last thing is like a Turkey Day, something that's gonna be going on. That's gonna be a wrap. Everything gonna be far few in between. Definitely gonna try to. The weather ain't all the way out yet. We still supposed to have. I think get some weather in the 70s. I think it's supposed to go up again. I need to check the weather. Check real quick. But I think it's supposed to go up again after this dip, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. Excuse me. And then, and if that's the case, we'll try to get us another cruise or two in before the season is kaput. That's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. So the goal is to try to get us another cruise in. I got hit up about another cruise in a couple of weeks. I think that'll be. I think that's gonna be fire. I'm looking forward to that. Um, oh come on, weather. Yeah, so we got supposed to be going up now. So by the time we get into the weekend, this weekend it's gonna be like Saturday is 69. Well, that's Chicago, right? But it's gonna be in the 70s this weekend, so that should be good. TD in the building. What's going on, TD? My brother Zay. Congratulations, bro. My guy. Killing the game over there. I can't help but just congratulate you, bro. Keep grinding, man. Keep motivating, man. Keep showing people how we make these things happen, man. Show them that it's realistic, that it's possible, and by doing the right thing, not by doing the wrong thing, by living your life right, by being, upstanding and handling your business, caring about your community. Keep grinding, bro. Keep doing it, my brother, my guy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's what I'm talking about. And for those who don't know, man, if you're not, that's on here, and I'm sure most of the people on here should be. Make sure y'all go follow Primetime Zay, man. He got some good stuff happening over there, man. He got another surprise he just launched. Y'all got to go check out his video. What he putting out in that world. Hit him up on YouTube and also on Instagram. Y'all go check out my bro, man. He doing big things. He is absolute motivation. Yes, yes. TD, what you get into this weekend, man? We winding down, bro. We coming to that time of the year. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm sitting over here like Aya said. I miss spring already. I'm not ready, man. I'm not ready for the weather change. Like it's in the 50s right now. Let me see. Man, what is my weather? Why is this not showing my weather, man? Let's see what's happening right here. Ooh, Lord. Good night, man. It's 29 degrees tonight up here. Lord, I am not looking forward to that at all. 56 tomorrow, 64 Thursday, 69 Friday, Saturday 71, Sunday 74. So we're gonna pick up a little bit. Went to the office in Crestwood Friday night. That's it, really. Man, I was in y'all neck of the woods this weekend, man. I went to University Park Saturday. Saturday they I guess they real season closer. I heard that they took a poll last time and people said they wanted to keep it rolling, so they did another day. It wasn't as packed for what I understand based on how it's usually out there, but they had some folk out there, man. Showed up. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, man. Come through, man. We'll figure something out. Come through. We take them toys out and go play a little bit. Come through. I'm trying to see what else they got worth coming for other than, always come through. If coming through, come through, come through. But I'm trying to, I don't know if there's any other shows or anything. I think we're about at the bottom of all like the cruise nights and stuff like that. TD, what you know about shows on that side of the world, man? Because I think we at the bottom of it all. I got a buddy of mine hit me up. He wants to go out and go do a cruise. So we planning that. We're gonna try to get at least one more in before the weather change completely. And we should be good. Especially if it's in the 60s, I'm good with it. I don't have a problem with cruising in the 60s. Supercharger, love that cold air, dense air. Zeus will be very happy. Really Man. We had a good time. It was actually pretty decent. No complaints. No complaints. They didn't have a lot of cars, but they had some nice cars out there. They had a couple of 65 Rivies out there. You know how I am about them dogs on 65 Rivies, man. Oh my God. But they had some decent cars, decent turnout. Um, Actually, what ended up happening, I went to this show, and I went to the Maserati dealership and caught that first look in the area of that dog on MC20 GT2 Stradale. Um, I got word from my guy, man. Shout out to my guy, you on here, um, that they were going to be showing it at that dealership. So hightailed it out there, checked it out. And again, this car is going to be at one dealership per day. You know, it's a one of one. Not a whole lot going on with it, so they trying to do what they need to do. After that, I went over, tried to catch Zay over at Itch Raps. He was gone already. And then we rode over to try to catch up with Sean and learned that he was over at University Park. So went over there and hollered at him, hung out with him and the fam and then whoever else was out there. It was a good time, man. I have no complaints. It was actually pretty dope. Oh, that's this Sunday in Timmy Park? Oh, what's this Sunday? Man, I might be on lockdown this weekend. God dog it. My wife's birthday weekend, man. I gotta put something together for the missus, man. I'm gonna try to get out and do something because it's supposed to be pretty Saturday and Sunday. It's supposed to be gorgeous out. So I gotta figure something out, man. I gotta figure something out. But it's the missus' birthday this weekend, man. Yeah, man. Every video I've seen, he clown, man. He have it packed out there, bro. But we are there. So Sean, they doing their cruise night over that. It's their last one, isn't it? In Tinley Park, it's their season closer. I think he may have mentioned that. I think it's their season closer, man. And I'm not ready to put it all to bed, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. And then honestly, to be honest with you, y'all know I've been driving a mess out of Zeus, especially with um after Liberty died on me. I've been driving a mess out of Zeus. So it's like being able to, I mean, just being in that car so much, it just makes it even harder to put that thing away this weekend, man. God, it's so hard to put that thing away. 3 pre-orders already? Are you serious? Sheesh, that's crazy. What is that car going for? Do you know? Do you know the numbers on that car? I'm about to see, man. How much is it? Wow, that's bananas, man. What? uh, that's crazy. AMC 20s, GT2 Stradale. I don't see the. What, do you know what that car is going for, man? How much is that car? How much are they selling that car for? Because I have not seen a price. Oh no, the Stradale is $250,000 car, my friend, and I believe it is optioned as you've seen it. I don't think you can do anything different to it, can you? Gotcha. Oh, it's 350. Oh my God. Really? It's a race car, man. What's crazy is when I look, just pulled it up someplace else. And I'm seeing 520. So I don't know where this thing is gonna land price wise. Right now I'm literally looking at something that says 520. And where is this? Auto plan website. Street legal version is gonna be Street legal version of the race car is north of 520. I don't know how old this article is, and I don't know how current it is, or how accurate should I say it is. But man, I can only imagine. Oh, this is an old article, so it's probably actually they probably didn't have a number when this came out. 350 though. Wow. Based on what I saw, minus even understanding the performance that comes with this vehicle, it's probably worth every dime. It's driver focused. There's no frill on the inside. Tons of Alcantara race seats and no frills. You got to focus on what you're doing in this one. Thing is beautiful though. That car is absolutely beautiful, man. 0 to 60 in 2.8. They say speeds exceeding 180 miles per hour. Yeah, it's got to be faster than. I think the MC20 did 200, so this thing got to be much faster than MC20, regular MC20. So yeah, this article is not giving me what I want to see. That car is beautiful, and I'm excited. I really want to see what it actually going to do. Wow, that's crazy. Oh my God. And they got 3 orders already from that one, but that's just that one dealership. And I don't think it was the first because I did see it at other dealerships online once I started looking. But I can tell you, if even if they got 3 orders per dealership, think about it. That's wow. That's crazy. Oh my God. It's a beautiful car though. Can't knock it. Absolutely beautiful car. Mr. Ghost in the building. What's happening with you, man? Lefty. My God. The Enforcer in the building. What's going on, Lefty? How you doing, bro? We need to send some of that heat up here. We need it now. It's act like it's trying to get cold up here, bro. I'm not ready either. Not ready. Not one bit am I ready. No, 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 no. Mr. Ghost, you're in Alabama. I'm sure y'all got something. No. Mr. Ghost, are you wait? Where are you again, Mr. Ghost? I said Alabama. That's somebody else, I think. Are the owners, wait, are the owners of that lot allowed to drive that car like it's theirs? No. So that car was only there for a day. That car is owned by Maserati and it was on a tour. Yep, I figured it was Bama. That car was on a tour and it's, if I'm not mistaken, no one was supposed to drive that car. It was for show only. That's it. That car is it left. It was there for a day and it's gone. It's on its U.S. tour, if I'm not mistaken. I figured as much. That's right, Alabama. Hey man, send us some of that heat from down there. Woo! Now we're gonna warm up a little bit again. Over the next few days, and then I think once we hit them 60s, man, I think that's pretty much where we gonna be. Yeah, no test drive. None whatsoever. And that's a one of one car. So that they're not letting people out in that car. It's a one of one car. They only have one. They're not letting anybody take that thing and do nothing with it. Nothing, man. Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Let's try not to get depressed this season. Yeah, man, this is pretty much where we are now. Yeah, but no test drive. This thing it's beautiful, man. There's just tons of carbon fiber. If you gotta look at the video, I posted some pictures and stuff on. I got some more pictures I need to post on Instagram. But man, it's a beautiful car. I really very, very humbly honored, man, that you invited me to check this thing out. That was super cool, man. Didn't expect it. Didn't expect it. That was really, really nice. Definitely a dope car though, for real, for real. For real, for real. Speaking of killer cars, have you guys seen I just saw a couple of videos, man. Hennessy is coming out with their what is it called? Hennessy Performance. I think, is it called Venom? I don't know if it's called Venom. But their Hennessy Escalade, a V Series Escalade that they've done, they making 1,000 horsepower and it's banked. Oh my god! It put hands on the Lamborghini. Now the Lamborghini was all stock, and I want to say it was a Huracan EVO. Um, but it spanked that Huracan, man. Man, this thing is something else. When he got on it, it just stood up. It was crazy the way this thing stood up. I think it ain't spanked him from a dig. It spanked him from a roll, and I think it got him from when it gave him the hit. I think it took him when the Escalade was able to take the hit. But for that big truck to move like it moved, my God, man. Very exciting to see that. That was crazy. Absolutely nuts. Hennessy Cadillac. That's a VT. Let's see what this thing going for. Trying to see if they got a number on it. Beautiful truck too, of course. Well, you know, the H1000 is making 1,005 horsepower, 882 foot-pound torque. Bananas. Bananas. Man, Hennessy be clowning, man. They absolutely do. They create some incredible vehicles over there. You got to give them their props, bro. You got to give them their props. Got to give them their props. What we got going on in here? Uh-oh. How's that weather over there where you at, Mr. Golson? Your dog barking outside. Must be a neighbor's dog or something. Oh my goodness. And there was something else I wanted to talk about on this live. A little cold? Really? What's a little cold in the 70s? Are you serious? I wouldn't even thought that. Man, I wouldn't have even thought that. I thought y'all had some, I thought it was warm down there right now. What is looking like over there by you, there, Lefty? Y'all not chilly, huh? I need to look at what. Oh, okay, never mind. You right. It is a little chilly over there on y'all side right now. Y'all gonna warm up like we did, y'all, but y'all getting up into the 80s. We gonna warm up into the 70s, which I'm good with. But man, y'all are a bit chilly for this, for Alabama. Yeah, for real, for real. Man, yeah, this weekend was pretty cool. When I think about it, man, I got the. You say looks like snow. No, no, no. Let's not do that. Are you serious? Y'all getting weather down there like that? Wow, I had no idea. And hailing, man, I don't want to see nothing white on the ground right now. I didn't know that. I didn't know y'all had weather going on down there like that, bro. I hear laughing because I'm thinking it's like, let me look at the radar. Like you joking, but you serious. The McLaren W1. Well, well, well. So let me pull it up so people can see what we talking about, man. W1. Where are you, Mr. McLaren W1? Let's pull you up there, my friend. And that's that center seat. No, it's not center seat, is it? I don't think so. No, it's this right. This I'm thinking of something else. So the W1. Ooh, this leather is crazy, or whatever material it is on the inside. So my thoughts of the W1. If I had to say that McLaren is, it's a statement car, right? So some cars, if we had to think about it, right, like especially hypercars, cars that falls in that hyperspace, right? Hypercars, they just do the numbers that they do, right? They just make their power. They go off what they're gonna do. They just make their power and do what they're gonna do. But supercars, they gotta have something that's going. Oof, Lord have mercy, man, that's crazy. Yeah, I know that's cold for y'all down there. Well, yeah, Steve is on, man. He's like I was watching. I saw some video that he posted. He's not cars. It's he say he's dude's wealthy, man. He's made the money. He's enjoying his money by buying cars and doing what he do, man. I can't knock him. He killing the game though when by how he managing and what he does with his cars. Off, God, look at that wing. Wow. So the W1, I'll say is again, it's going to be that statement car. Corvette really rocked. It just shook the industry when it came to what they did with the ZR1, right? This production car making hypercar numbers is unheard of, especially from the U.S. From a large maker uh, like Chevy, right, or GM. You would think, yeah. I see that. Triple F is looking at one also. You would think that um, from a I just want to get one good picture up of this car. You would think that from a um, American made car, you don't expect to get those type of numbers. You can expect it from some of the boutique car makers in the U.S., such as, well, Hennessy. Hennessy makes a car. They're able to put some things into it that you won't normally see from a larger car maker like the big three, Chevy, Dodge, Ford. Uh, but for Chevy to take this car, following Dodge's footsteps when it came to what they did with all their muscle cars, but Chevy to take the Corvette and create this hypercar a car performing hypercar numbers. What's going on? What's going on, Charles? Mr. Johnson in the building. Um, I know, man. I know the doors are sick. That spoiler in the back is bananas. The way that thing moves around, it's crazy. It does so much, man. But it's just not when you take you walk away from what ZR1 did in Corvette and saying, okay, now the Americans have taken, or GM has taken this car and they took it to hypercar level, right? They took it to the next level. It feels like sky's the limit when it comes to some of the other cars. Not, don't get me wrong. Some of the other cars were already making 16. The hyper, especially super hyper cars, were making 1,600 horsepower, right? But then you only make so many. No different. It's gonna be no different than a McLaren. But for some reason, I feel like they're gonna probably sell more of this car uh, at this horsepower. McLaren just are able to. Um, but then again, I don't know. When you think about it, let's look at P1. P1 wasn't one of those cars that everybody was able to get their hands on. They made a limited number of P1s, and most people that end up getting them either got one that somebody already had. Then it wasn't original. Only so many people were able to get the original. That price tag is going to be hefty, especially when you're looking at this W1. They flipped. I think they did a good job going after this, focusing on this market, especially that hypercar market, because I think that it changes things. Why don't I have this mic in? I hope y'all can hear me right and good. Man, I'm over here tripping. Just had one of them days. Sorry. Hope this is better. Why you crazy? Metal ground. What happens when it freezes? It gonna work, man. Mr. Johnson in the building. What up, Cody? In the building. What's happening with you, bro? Talking hyper cars. This thing, I'll be curious. I can't wait to see what it does. I can't wait to see when those who are able to afford this car get them and they start doing stuff with them. It's so interesting when you look at these cars, man. And the part that really baffles me, and I'm never going to be the one that says, "Oh, there's too much power. I don't know how you figure it out, man. You figure out how you're going to do something with this power so you can get the most out of the experience with whatever you can spend your money on. I give anyone the props who can own it to enjoy it the way they want to enjoy it. Not mad at them one bit. But one thing I tell you, this is the car that's going to be great and probably be tons of fun on the track. It's going to feel like it has magnets because of all the downforce that this thing creates. The real New York in the building. What up, New York? How you doing, bro? This interior, though, this is the part that was like kind of tripping my head. I don't know if this leather, I don't know what kind of material this is, but it looks like it's like some weathered leather. It looks like cowhide, like the inside of a Ford what's it called? Rancho. Appreciate you, bro. You know that. Always super, super appreciate you, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I think they're doing what they're supposed to do, to be honest with you, V. Vasil. I think they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do because in order to be relative in this market, you got to create cars that go crazy fast. You just have to. And especially when McLaren being a supercar brand, they only had one hypercar? No, two. No, one hypercar was the P1. This takes this really broaches deep into that hypercar segment. So yeah, man, playing with the Puganis and the Bugattis of the world, big time. What? Bro, come on. I don't understand. Like, why? Why would you do that? They demonetize your channel. You ain't doing nothing crazy on your channel. What? Man, get out of here. That's bananas, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, you always gotta have. Well, you know what, and that what that falls into it's the time that we're in, right? Like back in the day, you didn't. Let's go back. We're gonna go way back. Like the cars, we always had fast line cars that felt within that space, right? From the Mustang, the Camaros, and then Chevy when they were throwing that 454 and so many different cars. We always had those fast lines, right? You never can get away from that. Although, we the market tried to shift us in this real luxury space at one point. Especially when they were making them really big cars. They try to really force our hand into this luxury space. It just never sticks. Even some of the big Cadillacs, although they were big, what they had to do is put a whole lot more motor in those big cars to get them to move. And guess what? They became real fast cars. It's to the point where people would use them motors specifically for race cars. All you had to do is retune them and play with them a little bit. And they were ridiculous. Bruh. Yeah, it's again, I think it was necessary for them to remain relative within this space. Not only that, but again, they don't have a lot of room in the hypercar space. So for them, it allows them to be seen in that space and respected that space. And especially if this car is as good as any McLaren is normally what McLaren does with their cars, it should be phenomenal. And McLaren's most of the time, man, again, they have their problems when you don't drive them or if you throw too much at them, tuning and upgrades. You got to be careful about how far you go with them. But normally, if you take one of these cars and you drive them, just drive them. You got to drive them. Once they sit, that's when you start having problems. In the military, that was the same thing we used to talk about when it came to when I was at a squadron of planes. Don't fly those planes; they break. You got to fly them to keep them from breaking. It just is what it is. It's most supercar like. Old school muscle car, none. None of them old school muscle cars really came. No muscle car. Let me just say that. Let me back up. There are no muscle cars that are truly back in that day, old school, fell within a space that could be compared to a supercar because it's two different classes. Nowadays, um, there's some that could be closely compared. In my opinion, the first thing that comes to mind is the Mustang GT500 because it's making power and it competes directly with those cars, but it still falls within a muscle car class. Um, and for it, I think that what keeps it relative is that it's not too heavy like some of the other fast muscle cars. And I'm talking the modern day muscle cars. Um, like the Dodge Chargers, the Hellcats, or the Camaro ZL1. These are muscle cars that, in my opinion, that probably make the power, but they fall short because they're so heavy. They don't have the aerodynamic. The only one I think has a stronger opportunity to competing straight out of the box, GT500. That thing is a monster. Real talk. It is a monster. Fast car sales are as equally as to sex sales in the day and the age. To your point, yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're right. there's something else, man. Some fast cars and we have to. And although fast cars are always had a space in the market, Dodge really shifted how we started looking at those fast cars, especially what they offered straight out of the box, man. Oh, can't do it, man. Can't do it. Anytime I have anybody say anything crazy, I try not to go with get into the back and forth. I always just tell them, man, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching. Because soon you get into it, they get you. It's so easy to get mad, right? When somebody says something stupid and they don't really know you. That part right there. When they really don't know you, and you get these comments in your comments that just seem so crazy. But that's what they do. They're trying to pull you off your square, right? So when you understand that they're trying to pull you off your square, it's a little bit easier to be like, you know what? Uh-uh. And also think about the fact they got a lot of internet gangsters, cats all over the world that will hide behind that keyboard and say something real jazzy to get up under your skin. You can't fall for it, man. I tell them, man, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting your channel. We need all of them. We need remember the ones that's hating and talking crazy. They always in the comments hating and talking crazy, but they watching though. But they watching. We need all of them. We need the ones that support us in the right ways. Support the channel, subscribe, likes, providing positive comments, sharing the videos, yada, yada, yada. But we also need them knuckleheads that's talking crazy, that's hating because they dare. They want to hate on everything you do. But in order to hate on everything you do, they got to watch. They got to see what you're doing. Yeah, man, I just thank you for watching. I know some people, they go out there and they'll block them. They'll block them or they'll, block them from being able to leave comments or they'll try to delete them off there, whatever. Man, we need all of them. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't mean that much to me for somebody to come in there and say anything about me, especially when it comes to what they know about me from a YouTube channel. It's not worth it, Cody. It's not worth it, bro. Don't let them get you, brother. But they done got you already, man. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, man. Even back in that day, which was a dope car, man, but you still got to think about what numbers it would have to produce. And I don't think they had anything that was truly classified supercar back in that day. Now, from a speed and power perspective, the only thing that where they fell short was because they were so heavy. Was what Chevy was doing with those big motors, man. They just fell short because they were so heavy, man. Super B was dope. So Dodge, in my opinion, Dodge always had a pretty decent product too. When you think about it, they stood the test of time. It's probably why they're some of the most expensive classic cars to own. They did well with that big Hemi, man. That Hemi was something else. And then carrying on a tradition to modern day Hemis just exacerbates what those cars can be worth. It just takes it to the next level, man. Gotta have a thick skin, brother. Write them off, but man, oh, ouch. My goodness, man. I know that stings, bro. I'm sorry. You know what? Hey, it's not a loss. It's an opportunity to learn from what you don't want to do in the future, man. It's a learning opportunity. So we're gonna chalk this L up as a learning opportunity and say, man, we can't do that no more, bro. Oh my God. So let me ask you this: when they put you on a paid suspension, all the money that's made during that time that you're suspended to January, do you get that money? Or is it just frozen? You never get it. Because you know who getting it. Them videos still monetized. You know who getting paid, and that's YouTube. Really? You know what? So far, I've never blocked anybody. I don't get, and I don't know. I get decent views. I don't get, I do pretty decent. Some videos do better than others. Collectively, single videos is one thing. Collectively, I do decent from a view perspective. I do decent, but I still don't get a lot of negative. Right? You get the. I'm gonna tell you what video got me. That it didn't. I ain't respond to it, but it was just something as simple as the video I did. And I'm from New Orleans, bro. We say things a little bit differently, so don't hate me for saying it. When we say saline, like that Mustang saline, we say saline. Caps was in there, man. It's not saline, it's saline. I'm like, tomato. It's all good. We all know what we're talking about. But they were so passionate. I can't tell you how many people came in to correct how it was said. I was like, what? Are you serious? It means that much to you that you got okay. Hey, thank you for the info. That's what I would always say. Hey, thank you for the info. Oh, thank you for the update. Oh man, I had no idea. Hey, thanks. I just thank them and keep it moving. Throw them off their guard because it just doesn't make sense for me to get mad because I say things the way I say things. Like, man, come on, man. Is it really that serious? Is it really that serious? Am I degrading the value of a Mustang by calling it a saline, not a saline? Come on, man. Get over it. That's crazy. Man, it is what it is, man. Nope, you never get it, bro. No. Man, that sucks. Now they messing with your pocket, bro. Man, listen, you can't be responding. Again, lesson learned. We could call it a lesson learned. Lesson learned. Simply call live. What? Man, get out. I can only imagine who that is. I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, man. And it's certain videos. So certain videos just I'm gonna tell you back the video that was tripping my head out that I felt like it was just running up until I made the that Chevy SS just running right now. It's always like top of the list. Before that, it was the Jeep. Not your average Jeep video. For some reason, that video just kept running, man. It got so many views. I made that SS video, it took over. I still think the SS video right now is probably the number one viewed video on my channel. Like every month, that SS video has been the champ. Like you say, it's the old ones, man. They just run. They just run. I don't know what it is about that SS video, but people love that video, man. Let me see if it's still number one. Yeah, it's still number one. It is still number one. We're talking month after month after month after month. It's the number one video. And this video was dropped March 20th in 2023. And every month from March 20, over a year and a half, this video has been number one view video on my channel. That SS video it just does well, man. I have no idea. I mean, it's not a popular car. It's a well-known car, but it's one of those cars that if you know, you know. And I've been getting, hits from this one, a bunch of guys from Australia. in there talking about the cars that they have, and they're bringing highlight to some of the other models and makes and the supercharged versions of this car and stuff like that. And so it was actually kind of cool because you still get those guys too who know a little bit more about the car than I do. That's still, throwing that good info about those cars out there, man. So we let them talk, man. We don't let them get up under our skin. Yeah, I don't need the attention over here. We let it go. But I think I know who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about. We're gonna leave it alone. I think I know what you're talking about. Man, that's crazy. Man, I'm still sorry for you with that, bro. Lesson learned, though. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. I don't block them, man. I just, you know what? I need to get my comments because I haven't. I need to update. I need to go through and comment because I comment on everything. So I respond to every comment, good, bad, or indifferent. I don't leave any completely just left alone. And I'm behind. I need to play catch up on this and write some responses to all my comments. But and when you do that, when you paying attention to every last one, you're gonna see, every once in a while you're gonna get a knucklehead now. You just gotta you go. Hit them haters with that Jesus whip. I ain't mad at you. Jesus whip. Jesus whip. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let me ask you this, Cody. Do you got, and I hate to ask it because I know you probably got some stuff in the hole because you've been but you also, and just to let you know, hey man, I want to, I didn't do it myself and I just started doing it. So I want to thank you because I never even thought about doing that until you said it, Cody. So what I ended up doing was changing my monetization strategy to a certain number so that I can get that all at once, and I take that and I'll roll that right back into the cars. So good looking out on that, man. Appreciate you. I never even thought about doing that until you mentioned that on your channel. Hey, Nikki, what's going on? What up, Nikki? Nikki's in the building. What's going on, Nikki? So I never even thought about doing that until you said that, man. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at with the strategy. I decided to set a number, and that's what I'm gonna do. And once they hit that number, I'm gonna use that and roll it right back into the car. This worst life is oh, don't I know it? I think we all should just go on win the lottery, so we ain't gotta work no more. That's what we all should do. Let's just go win the lottery. What are we doing? Why aren't we just going out and win the lottery? I'm just saying. We got to figure that out. I'm right there with you. Today felt like, man, it was never ending. You ever had one of them never ending days where it's just constant? It's constant. I don't feel like I had a break. It just was constant. The day went by fast, don't get me wrong, but man, it was constant. Man, I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you, Charles. I am not mad at you. Oh my God. The only benefit is commuting and bring absolute. Yes, indeed. You see our rob a bank, really, Tony? What are we doing here? What's going on, Tony? How you doing, bro? Can't be robbing banks. We got to get away with it if we rob a bank. I'm just saying. You get caught, then that changes things. You think work sucked. Yes, indeed. You say the wind blows, you cut the car AC down. I am right there with you, Lefty. I am one of these guys. I love when the weather changes so I can roll windows down, open up a sunroof, and get that fresh air in the car. I love it. I love it. You know, if I don't have to have the AC on, I would rather not. Not gonna even hold you, man. Not gonna hold you. Smash and grab. Bang, they got too many cameras down there, Nikki. You're gonna get caught. I think while I demonetize, I'm going to compile some race videos. Ooh, and post them as soon as I can and get paid again. I'm not mad at you, man. I'm not mad at you. That's not a bad idea. Those always do well. But also, you got to think about, so you don't want to lose complete traction. So you still got to post something. Even if you're demonetized, you got to post something. Because as soon as you fall off, then that's what happens. Do you shift to reels? This just to keep the run up the subscribers, or do you still post some things that you know that you can still get paid for once monetization is turned back on? I'm gonna tell you right now, at a minimum, still post reels. You got to post something to keep the activity on the channel. The last thing you want to do is to display where you completely are discouraged or you fall off the map. I know we bounced back, but look what happens when you fell off for a little while and you're back in. You know, you sitting there trying, okay, what what y'all want to, what do you guys want to see? Right. So you struggling to get certain views off of certain videos. You got to figure, what is that science? One thing I would recommend, and I think it keeps, because Reels keeps the light on, because you will run up your subscribers on Reels. I'm just saying, if you running Reels only and you keep Reels popping, you'll run those subscribers through the roof. If there's anything that'll keep some type of activity on your channel, at least do that. Don't let it fall completely off. Hard to sleep today. Finally got a new roof. Really? That's what Ray in the middle of right now, getting his roof done on his house. Getaway cars are fast. They are, aren't they? I forgot about that. We do have that, don't we? Man, it's something. Yeah, it is, man. It's that's the one thing I can say that is this what I really love about. Well, this is my favorite weather. I love this weather where we are right now. Not too cold, not too hot. And let me tell you, the supercharger loves it as well. So boost weather, love boost weather, man. Boost weather is awesome. Nikki, you sound like you really starting to consider this. We can't rob a bank, anyone. Go to fight. Who's going to get a good job? I'm just saying. That's a very good point. Yeah, I'm continuing to plan my normal. Okay. It's gonna work. I'm gonna post. And you gotta think, man, those videos are still out there. So they're probably still gonna get traction in the end. Probably not as much in the beginning, but they're gonna still get traction. Who knows? You might hit a lick, and you know how it is when you get that one that run, you might hit a few that run, depending on what you posted. People still paying attention. It's just YouTube that's hating right now. People still paying attention. Doing book stuff. Oh my Lord. Okay, cool. There you go. That's what's up. You going back to the rap shop? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Facts, Lefty. What boost? Here we go. Hey, man, I'm just saying. Ain't nothing like a little forced air. Just saying. A little forced air ain't bad at this time of the year. I'm going to tell you, my supercharger loves it. That thing feels like an entirely different car when we start getting into this season. It absolutely loves this cool, dense air. I am just saying. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yes, your car is naturally aspirated, huh, Nikki? Tony, are you boosted? Do you have turbos on your car? In a life for Nikki. Okay, so you are boosted, huh, Tony? You say what boost? Yep. Hey man, I'm gonna have to keep me some forced air. I love it. Supercharger and then twin turbos. Yes, sir. Really? Oh, so you started rapping cars as well? Have you been doing that or are you getting into it? That's cool, bro. That could be a really, really nice hustle. I'm gonna tell you right now, especially if you get real good at it. You can make a solid living off of rapping cars. I'm just saying, especially doing some really cool stuff. Whoo! And down there, the way them knuckleheads can ride in some NEO, you just got to figure out how to wrap around the crinkles of a wrinkled fender. Oh, my people ball down there in that Southern Louisiana, know they be tripping. I'm just saying. Your cold start, yours and Tony's cold starts are nasty. So nah, I'm not mad at you. I would have to agree. I love the way y'all cars sound. They sound amazing. Ah, look at you. He got 2 forced air cars. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm right there with you, brother. I am right there with you. Anyone could be a rapper. Good point. Especially with social media. Anybody could be a rapper, but not anyone can be not everyone can be a rapper. Anybody can rap on social media, but not everyone can rap on social media. I get that. That's a good statement because your dirty work or your bad work will show. Yes, sir. That's good, man. I like that, bro. Get out. Man, that's what's up. You've been hiding. Do you realize how much, bro? People love them videos. They love rapping videos because it makes everybody feel like they can do it. Them videos do well. This is what I've been trying to tell Zay. Like, bro, you need to shoot more of the work being done. He be doing that. He be in there talking so much crap. He'll be demonetized just from the profanity. That boy just be talking smack, man. He be clowning the whole time. Every time I go over there, man, it's an adventure hanging out. I'll be laughing my butt off. That dude is crazy. But what's interesting is this is interesting that you say that because he started an um, apprenticeship program at his shop this summer as well. So that's interesting that you've gone through this at your shop, and he did the same thing. His goal is to try to get more people in there that can actually do this stuff, man, and who's serious about it. He had one dude, man. He rapped, I think, his hood with a gloss black, man, looked like glass. He did a great job as an apprenticeship, man. He's doing some good stuff, man. He's teaching these cats how to get at it, and hopefully, it the shop benefits from it as a whole, not just from that, not just from teaching somebody, but for bringing them on so that they can actually do some real work. Because I mean, although he has his brother, it's normally just the two of them getting at it. And in order to grow, you got to have more than that. Just saying. I know. Isn't that crazy? Like, why rug cleaning videos? It's that mush that what they call it? The I can't think. It's the sensory of the whole what's the I can't think of what they ASM or whatever. ASM, whatever that is, man. That would get people attention. And I think the cleaning of the rugs, it's a sensory thing. It's something that people you and I find myself, I've watched them before as well. You see one and it starts. As soon as you see the start, you got to see it finish. It's like, okay, I got to see this thing clean now. I don't understand why, but they wrap you, they just get you locked in. The next thing you know, you watching a freaking rug being cleaned. Oh my God, it's crazy. I got those in the truck. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Ooh, really? So ugh. Yeah, we got something coming for the channel, man. We are real close of on this whole daily journey. That's it right there. ASAME. Is it ME? E. I have to take your word for it. Oh, R. Gotcha. Driveway pressure wash. Those get me too. Like, you know what I think it is also? I think it's seeing something dirty and bringing it to the clean. When I see them cats out there pressure washing, for some reason, man, I get locked into that as well. Why? It's a doggone driveway being clean. ASMR, that's it. And there's something about them seeing something start from one thing and end at another. And it's something as simple as cleaning a rug. Why is this interesting? Me too, bro. I have no idea why it is so banana. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. 30 minutes of your life watching somebody else clean a rug. I know. And don't get yourself locked into their channel itself, and then you switch over, and next thing you know, you're looking at it. Semi-wash. Those get me too, man. Like, why? Especially when you see them cats that do the polishing of the wheels. Why is that so interesting? Why is that so satisfying? Why you get locked into that? It's again seeing something starting one way and finishing another. I don't understand. I think I get it. Really? Ooh. Let me just say how much I like that idea. That's a great idea. That's that Viper motor, man. That they sound really good when they have a good exhaust. They sound amazing on that truck, man. I like that idea. I like that a lot. I'm still working on my SUV. But I would love to get a truck. We got to get that SUV. Oh, I can't wait to shit, man. I cannot wait. Man, the dude there's a couple of them, but there's one of them that go out there and he cut them yards for free. They lock me in. Oh, that's another 20 minutes you can never get back. Ever. Now they all coming out. Man, I watch all of them. I sit there and I start watching. I have to push back on the lawn cutting lately. They take a little bit longer. But man, they do get you wrapped in. The next thing I'm watching how this dude edging and he blowing everything in fast motion. Like, you got to see it finish. It's like you can't walk away. You can't let it go halfway and not know what it looks like in the end. How do you do that? It's just blasphemy. I don't understand. Come on, man. Distractors. They pull you in. Working the properties. Exactly. Imagine how opportunities and time go to waste. And that's part of it, right? When you can't get that time back. I go through my phases when I gotta, and I think it, it messes with what I'm doing also. But I go through my phase where I gotta step completely away from social media, and I find myself. I don't get me wrong, I might miss some posts from people. It's just, it is what it is. But every once in a while, you got to step away. I got to recharge my mind and get my mind focused on something else so that I'm not as easily distracted by certain things. So I got to recharge and refocus and you know what I mean? And I find myself where I'm not even posting myself because I'm recharging, refocusing, getting my head out of some of the craziness. It is what it is. Not a bad audience. Not a bad audience. Not gonna hold you. Not a bad audience, especially when you start going something unique as a V10. You're gonna get them folk that's interested in seeing somebody do something with it, because there's not a lot of people that's doing stuff with it. You don't find a lot of people out there messing with that big motor, man. Can't understand seeing them trying to grow it. Fake page, it's a KG space. But you know what? It happens, and I think there's a lot of pages out there where they just put content that draw people in. That's all it takes. Is kind of, you may not ever see a person, or you may not even ever hear anything other than maybe music or the sound of whatever they're using, and they draw you in, man. They will draw you in. You know who I'm talking about? That dude that cutting that grass. I know. Why are they so interesting? That's the question. Why are they so interesting? I will be sitting at my desk. I got a 50-inch on the wall. I will fool around, and once they go on, I will find myself clicking through every last one of them. I don't even understand why, man. Next thing I'm watching these videos, and I gotta stop, walk away from it. Yes, and he had to call the cops. It was in a car, right? Was it in a car? Something in the backyard. I think it was inside that car. I think I did see that. Yeah, man, I saw that CJ bought him a Viper, bro. Isn't that crazy? Like you say, speaking of V10s, CJ a good guy, man. I'm not gonna hold him. He does. He wants to see more for people around him. He likes a small circle, but he it's just the way he moves. He's not a bad person. He's really a good guy, man. If you ever get a chance to meet him and you hear some of the stories, and I've dealt with some of the back end stuff that people probably don't ever know from what he did, man. But it's one guy that I could never say anything bad about. He's a good guy. He just he's cautious about whom he have in his circle, because there's some people that's greedy and they want for themselves. Although he giving out those chains, you would think, oh man, why he giving out these chains, this, that, and the other. But that's he got into all this gold himself, and when he got into all that jewelry and stuff, he like, I want my guys around me to have what I have, and to understand what I'm doing. So he buying his people stuff. It's just he's a good guy. He really is a good guy. He just came from a different area. He's a good guy at heart, and he try to do well around for the people that's around him. I have to give him nothing but props. CJ is a good person, man. Don't hate on Corey. Bruh. So I can say I'm past cutting grass. I'm not going to even hold y'all, man. We got a lawn service come over and cut the grass. So I'm not cutting grass no more. But when I was, man, I was out there doing the same thing, man. Always on the angle, never just straight up and down. Always on the angle, and you got to do that cross cut so you can get that little effect going on, kind of like a baseball field. Come on, man. It's just what it is, man. I know, man. Bruh. I think it's not just money. I think people are they're looking for some type of freedom, right? if I had to think about what something like that looks like for me, it means any of us YouTubers who play with this game, part of the goal, and when we, again, speaking of a CJ on one of those guys who have gotten successful from their YouTube content, it's all about being able to monetize your lifestyle, right? So you want to be able to do something that you enjoy and get paid for it. My daughter, always commended her because she was always, all through high school, she was good at doing people makeup and lashes and eyebrows, and she taught herself how to do the threading, and she was in high school doing this. She goes to college. She went to Loyola in New Orleans, and she goes down there and she's doing it for free. I'm like, girl, what you mean you're doing it for free? You got a skill that people pay a lot of money for. You need to get paid and stop calling me for money. You should be able to make your own money while you're down there. But she enjoyed it so much that when she got it, she went to school and learned how to be an esthetician. She was getting paid to do something that she enjoyed to do. Anyone that can get paid to do something that they enjoy to do and monetize their lifestyle from that, that's a win all day long. Like, so being able to do something using social media to create income that sustains you. And social media can be literally automatic if you just follow your pattern and maintain that pattern. Why would that be a bad idea? What's going on, bro?
What's going on, man?
That show in the building, y'all. Look at him. Look like he in the Winter Wonderland with all that hood and what's going on?
Man, we got the real Chicago weather today.
You boy, IS said, man, it was hailing or sleeting up there, huh? Over there, huh?
Yeah, we had a little hail this morning and some on and off snow flurries.
What?
Yeah, they were saying today is a good day to be getting prepared for that winter time. Like, hey, in case you forgot this Chicago.
Why you ain't in Zeus?
What?
Why you ain't in Zeus?
Oh man, check this out. As much as I would like to be in Zeus, he needs some servicing.
Yes, indeed.
I'm probably gonna drop him off. I want to say sometime this week, but it's only like 3 days later, so probably next week to get him serviced.
Bro, why are you taking so long to get that car taken care of? You just putting it off? Or you been too busy?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Intentional put-offs and too busy.
I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Not mad at you one bit, bro. Not mad at you one bit.
But you know, it's one of them things where I started him up and he started throwing lights I ain't seen. So let me go take this thing in for service.
Oh Lord, man. Don't tell me, bruh. Nah, I'm not gonna say nothing bad. It's gonna all work out. They're gonna fix whatever need to be fixed. You're gonna keep it moving. Come on, man. Can't be doing that. He's more valuable, more important. But you know, we talking about, we got a couple of conversations going on. We were talking about this to bring you up to speed. I don't know if you was listening, but we were talking about some of them videos out there when they, like, you know, when they're doing the rug cleaning.
Let me log out, come back in. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Most valuable and most important. Yeah, I mean, it depends, right? And I think I know what you mean by that. But you know, if you can find something that starts sustaining you, it becomes important.
There we go. I can hear you now.
You can hear me? You can hear me? So we got into the ASMR stuff, like the people that, when you get locked into the rug cleaning videos, or you ever get locked into those where you see one, you're like, man, let me see what this rug gonna look like when you finish. Or the dude that go out there cut the grass for free. Next thing you know, you watching the whole yard get cut.
Yeah. I got you.
That's what we kind of got
y'all watching rug cleaning videos, man? What y'all on right now?
Bruh, yeah, exactly.
That's from the springtime.
Exactly. Verify my truck. Yeah, bro. Listen, that V10 Dodge, I think it's a good hit, man. Not only that, but some of the examples I've seen, there was a guy I don't know if you remember show. The guy that had the Viper truck or the V10 truck at the at the high school show in Indiana. Oh Lord, you frozen, man. He gonna come back. Said TikTok trying to charge me. What? You gotta be kidding me. Somebody that stole your information, man. You gotta be careful where you put your information. You have to. Again, I come from my, my background is information security. So you gotta be careful about what you allow, man. Where you share your information, and most importantly, where you share your information. They just, are you serious? For real, for real? That's crazy. That's bananas. Really involved with that? I just saw a post on that, by the way. Wow. What's going on, Reggie, man? How you doing, bro? Hope all is well with you, man. I thought I'd probably see you over there at University Park, but I didn't see you, man. I came in on your side of the world, bro. Was hanging out with Sean and Show. Wait, let me see. It's a viewer. When you talk about how algorithms affects the channel, it's going to be the like, share, and the subscribe, right? So of course, if you're watching videos, subscribe to the channel, right? Sharing videos mean you get other people looking at them, which is a plus. Hitting the like button is always a win, but comments also are very important, right? So you want to comment because it puts it, and especially the ebb and flow of a comment, right? So not only are you somebody's commenting, but the owner of the page needs to comment back. Part of that means now you got activity, and that's what they want. They want to see that type of activity on the channel, and it allows them to start sharing your channel with others based on the comments, the responses, and so on and so forth. It all plays into this interesting algorithm soup that allows channels to grow or get seen, not grow, but be seen. When you're in that space where people are doing all the key marks and like, share, subscribe, but just 3, you need one more comment. When you get that third one as well, that's when they start really sharing your videos. When I remember hitting a point when things really started to shift, and I had people asking me, man, they started saying how they started seeing my videos showing up early in their algorithm. That means they started sharing my video more because of the activity from not just the likes that I was getting, not just the shares, and of course the people that were subscribing to the channel, but the comments. Because the comments, and this is why I vow to comment to everybody. I reply to every comment because it helps the algorithm. It's all part of that algorithm soup. I'm tripped out about that, Nikki. And again, I think I saw a few posts on that, and he was involved with that. I think that's banana. I think that's awesome. I would love to be in that situation. Oh my God. I like the ads on the different jumping and ramp through the different obstacles courses at the end of it. Yes, indeed. And you know what's crazy, man? One of my accounts, an account that I usually use to watch most of my videos, it's a paid account that I got a deal on it a long time ago, and I just never stopped paying for it. But what it does, it frees me from having to see the ads. So I'll be able to watch videos, and I'm one of those people that when I watch somebody else's channel, I don't skip through it. I'm gonna watch the whole video. I put it on, I watch the whole video, and I'm gonna hit that like button. Right, at a very minimum, I'm gonna hit that like button. In most cases, especially people I know, when I'm watching a video, I hit the like button first. I'll hit it even before I start watching. I don't even know if it's a good video, but I'll hit that like button first because I just want to be supportive. Yeah, that Cricket Wireless. I don't know what's going on. He probably got hit by a snowball. And that's true. I think part of it, I think the acknowledgement is good for the individual. But I think the part that weighs heaviest is how YouTube sees it, right? When they see it in a certain way, it means now that they are looking for someone that's going to get continuous views and attention on their channel. Those people that are getting lots of views and a lot of attention means ads can be played. YouTube, they're trying to make their own money. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you're able to make money when they promote you or they promote your channel like that and share it more and this, that, and the other. But if you're not one, they're not going to share a channel that people are not going to want to look at. They're not going to keep promoting a channel that people watching 2 minutes and they're cutting out of it. If people watching a whole video and getting comments and getting likes and their video shared, then YouTube saying this guy is going to make money on this channel. Let's promote it because, well, they make money as well. They get their cut as well, right? So they're not going to put you out there and promote you if you're not doing what you're supposed to do in their eyes, per se. It feels good just to get a little bit, because you could get, if you're not used to getting anything and you get on YouTube and you get 2 or 3 likes on a video and some comments, that feels good too. In the very beginning, it did feel good because it meant people started to watch and started to pay attention. The part that gets me is, I'm gonna be honest, I don't get a lot of thumbs down, and it feels weird. I got a lot of videos that's 100% likes, and I'm like, man, can somebody don't like it and make it controversial, say something bad? It just is what it is. It's not like I don't want people to like it. It's just that it feels weird that you get, when you think you're going to get the controversy and none of it happen. Controversial stuff gets way more attention. And it doesn't have to be a positive acknowledgement. Sometimes it's the negative also that either can rope you in, Cody, and have you making bad decisions, or you can use it as a way to drive attention to the channel. So we can handle that. I'm just saying, it is what it is, right? And when I make most of the stuff I make it because I like it. I like it, and I know it feels, you got to try to. YouTube teaches you that you got to pay attention to what people are looking at on your channel. It'll tell you what to post, when to post, how to post, how long they're watching, the whole 9. Like, if you pay attention to the statistics or the analytics, it can tell you how to be successful. My challenge is I like to post what I like. I make videos for myself and I enjoy them. When I like them, I'm laughing at some of the stuff I did or impressed with what I did. That's what I like to post. Winter's coming, so time. Yeah. So I'm not looking forward to that. I had a knucklehead today pull out on me because they weren't paying attention, and they thought it was a good idea that if 2 lanes are going this way and this lane is stopped, that they can go through no matter what the inside lane is doing, and came over on me. And I just knew I was hit. I just thought I was done, man. They got some stupid drivers out here. People need to pay attention to what they're doing. And I hate to say it, it was just raining out. When the snow comes, they get worse. God, they get worse. I'm not looking forward to that. I am. I shall be doing Vlogmas. I have no idea what that looks like. I will get there when I get there. But I shall be doing Vlogmas this year. It was fun. It was busy. It was a lot of work. But it teaches you a rhythm about a day-to-day vlog, especially about somebody that posts on a daily basis. Anybody that's interested in thinking, just taking a look at what does that look like for some of us who post 2 or 3 times a week, once a week or whatever. When you see someone that posts daily, Vlogmas gives you the 31-day taste of what their life is like 365 days a year. CJ has been posting daily for I don't know how long, for years. I don't know how people, I don't know how to do it. That's a lot of work. And I think that, don't get me wrong, I think that if it was my full time, I can do it. That means you'll have to get there to a place where you can post daily. If it was my full time, I could do a daily post. I can't do daily posts with a job. It just don't work. I can't do it. Cooking food we normally don't eat in the US. You know what? I kind of like that as well. They got some interesting stuff out there. Just saying. They got a dude I just started watching. Blue Magic. Have y'all seen the Blue Magic dude? BLEU Magic. He got a restaurant out of Vegas. Man, this dude be cooking some food that be looking. Now it's all stuff that is usually here in the US, but man, this dude be cooking. I don't know how they do it, man. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. There's a few other people out there that just be daily posting. And it's funny when you think about it. You think about how daily posting work. Now it works, right? But people still grow at their own pace, right? So when you think about how, if you look at, hold up, guys.
I have to go help Chris.
What's going on?
She's in a bad way.
Okay. Drive carefully. But when you look at, like, if I had to compare the two, right? Stunner's still growing and he's posting daily. CJ is, they growing at different paces. You got to think Stunner started before CJ and put CJ on. Well, I don't think he put him on. I think he was around when he was growing his channel, I believe. I don't know if he helped him or anything, but Stunner was doing this before he was. And I think Stunner be making some really cool content. I don't understand how. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's YouTube. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's when he shifted to different spaces with his content, that, maybe it throws off the algorithm and he don't get seen as much. But I would think that, man, this dude is, I feel like Stunner should be at least 500,000, subscribers based on the way that he posts. I don't understand, what YouTube is doing to hold him back and keep him from doing it, because I think he's making the videos, he's getting the views. So why wouldn't the channel grow as faster? It's just weird. Again, when you do snatch up the algorithm, and you got to be cautious about what you post and what type of content you putting out there, because that can play a part in how they do whatever they're going to do. I put a hood and jacket on in the truck the first day of September, Texas. Weather change in the heartbeat. It does. It does. Salty, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna go pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up, man. I'm gonna have to find this cat, like, for real now. Because now I want to see what you're talking about. This is probably gonna be something that I'm gonna get locked into. Man. I don't think so, man. I don't think the name could play a part not on algorithm. It could play a part on your audience. You know, you gotta have something. It's good to have something catchy, easy to pronounce, maybe, or just really jazzy or fun to say, or whatever the case may be, or a name that actually tells a story about what you're doing, right? It can be little things like me thinking about a name I want to use. I had to think about, you know, I went after something that was familiar to me. But people come up with all kind of names. Initially, I started off with 455 underscore 300 because I had 300, and I had to realize I might not have a 300 all the time. So we need to, kind of keep it a little bit more generic. So I'm not looking like the dude that want to have a 300 when I don't have a 300. And I know who that is. I know who you talking about. That's my dude, man. I just realized who it is. And I look at the name, and as I started putting it in, I realized who it is. Yeah, that's my dude. That dude, that is funny. I put that on a cracker, dude. Cajun, Louisiana Cajun dude, bro. And he, of course, that's more of an act. If you heard him talk in real life, he don't talk like that. That mullet is a wig. He don't wear that. That's not his hair for real. But his videos are really good. He do some, and you talking about somebody blew up overnight. This dude blew up overnight. He also, and just a little backstory on that dude, he was a state trooper. A state trooper? I think he was a state trooper in Louisiana. And got in trouble, drunk on a boat, driving a boat while intoxicated, and got in trouble on that boat. And I think he hit somebody or something like that. Lost his badge. Now, he was doing these videos already, but he wasn't as big. So when that happened, he fought to try to get his badge back. He told a story about this. When he fought to try to get that badge back, he just put all his energy back into this channel. And when I say this dude channel blew up like crazy, bruh. Man. I know so they gotta look like they got somebody else on here that did a salty cracker. It's Stale Cracker. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Stale Cracker Official. They got somebody that's faking his channel. So make sure you don't look at the salty cracker. Look at the Stale Cracker Official. That's the real dude. So somebody's stealing his content and making money off his name and his likeness. We don't want to do that. That's crazy. And I'm looking at the salty cracker. And this dude, the salty cracker video, this dude got over 857 subscribers off of somebody else's likeness. Yeah, you want to watch that, man. Be careful. It is Stale Cracker. Now, Stale Cracker, this dude got 1.2 million subscribers. And again, he blew up overnight. I want to say he was in double digits when he got fired. Like 30-something thousand subscribers or something like that when he got fired. And channel just blew up through the roof, man. Through the roof. Not necessarily, man. They got some people don't even show their face. They got subscribers that are doing well. They don't even show their face. How you look don't matter. It does not matter. You may not even show how you look. Could be. Depends on how you look at it. Yeah, there was a lot of times from videos that came from him. I didn't even get a notice. Like over and over again, I had to resubscribe and turn on the post notification so I could see the stuff that was coming from Stunner. They were messing with Stunner pretty heavy. I'm not gonna hold you. Messing with it pretty heavy.
Who was messing with Santa?
YouTube.
Oh.
What's going on, Ron? Thank you for that steel cracker, bro. Because I saw the salty cracker. I know it was something cracker. And it's actually Stale Cracker. That's his real channel. So if you subscribe to Salty Cracker, please don't do it, because that's not him. That's somebody else.
Cracker?
Somebody stealing the likeness of Stale Cracker and making money off that dude channel, off his content.
Brilliant.
Yes, indeed. That's good stuff right there. I'm subscribed to more than that, but man, but I've subscribed to some of the stuff I've subscribed to. I use YouTube.
What's
YouTube
going on, DJ Ryan?
YouTube is YouTube University for me, because there's a lot of stuff I go to and I learn stuff. Anytime I'm learning anything about any type of install, anything car related, if I'm learning everything from editing videos to how tricks and tips for certain things on YouTube, I'll check out, especially if somebody give me some good information. Either I'll subscribe to the channel if they only got that. Other than that, I'll probably just I'll save the video so I can watch it later. I'll save it to a folder within YouTube so I can have access to it. YouTube University is very helpful, man. It just depends on how you use it, right? I like the fact, I mean, this is cool, being at 15, 20 and watching everybody's video, because you can't watch. You subscribe to, 500 channels, you ain't gonna be able to watch all that content. Unless that's all you doing. All right. So, I mean, there's some people I watch all their content. Some people I don't watch any of it. Most content I watch, I put it on, I watch the whole video. I'm like you. I watch the whole video. If I'm not going to watch it, I'm just not going to watch it. I'll watch the whole video. And because I watch it right here on television, on my television, I'll hit that like button and keep it moving. But I also, for people that I support, I think I can let you know exactly how many I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts on YouTube. And anybody I support, I'll subscribe to their channel on all those accounts, because that's what we do. If we trying to see them win, I'm going to subscribe to all your channels with all my accounts so I can support you. That's how we grow. That's how we, you get that. And again, that's how you get that attention from the algorithm. You get multiple people to subscribe to the channel. YouTube say, hey, maybe there's something happening over here. He's getting views, he's getting subscribers. Let's send this out and let's put this video out there so people can see it. You know what's funny, Cody? I laughed on your last video. I laughed on your last video because I was like, this dude never show himself. How he gonna turn the camera on himself just out of the blue on this? You did on this last one, bro. I saw you do it. This last video, you showed yourself again. And usually you never. You always behind the camera. Who's that other guy that does that? Rick Fix, I think it is, something like that. He does the auto repairs. He does body work. He does all kind of stuff. Show you how to do stuff to your car to fit. Chris Fix. Chris Fix never shows his face. Never shows his face. Even when you type in his name, he's got a helmet on. You can't even see his face. He never shows his face. So how you look, it really don't matter. There's a lot of people who don't show their face in their content. It doesn't matter. It's going to be your content. Your content is important. How you present your videos. Again, you gotta do what works for you, man. And again, I post videos that I like. I try, crafty stuff here and there. I'll try to do something different. I'll watch somebody else's video and see something that they did, and I'm like, oh, I gotta try that. I got something now that's in my head that we just talked about. I'm like, okay, I got to see about implementing something like that in my videos and see how they do. So I gotta do a couple of videos like that and see how it works, right? And if it works, then maybe that's what's missing, right? So when you do videos, your goal is to keep their attention. You got to keep the viewers' attention, and we just talked about that. Where they said, was it 30 seconds show? 30 seconds.
Yeah, they say like 30 seconds. If you just sitting there in front of the camera for longer than 30 seconds, something got to happen within 30 seconds.
If it's the same thing over and over again for more than 30 seconds,
you're losing people's attention.
You're losing people's attention. So you gotta. And what's crazy was after we talked about that, I started looking at some of the videos, some of the content creators that I watch who do really, really well. And I saw that. I saw like 15, 20 minutes and it would switch. It'd be something else and then switch back. And it not necessarily taking you to new content, but they'll throw something in there at a certain point just to get your attention on that. And then they pull out of that. Like, dang, there's a lot of people that's doing that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, literally. So it's one of those things whereas you don't pay attention to it till you pay attention to it.
Until you pay attention, you're right. Because I didn't see it as that. I just thought it was just a way to throw something in there. I didn't realize what they were doing until we had that conversation. It's like
it's strategic.
It's straight up strategic. It's all purpose driven.
Like I could say, like some of my videos where I'm just talking about stuff, when I throw multiple different content in there, even if I'm just doing something different, whether I just put up on something you can read, like 30% of people actually do this. It changes your attention and you're looking at it. So it's not like you're seeing the same thing, whether me just sitting there telling you 30% of people will do this.
Yeah. So, and the crazy part is when you think about it, that takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
And anybody that does that daily will blow my mind. I just don't know how they would do that. Most of the content creators I see that do that keep your attention and they bounce. They like posting once a week.
Yeah.
They post, but they're getting like hundreds of thousands of views
on that one video.
On that one video. It's
like that's why whatchamacallit to me does so good. But they just so big.
Who's that?
I'm trying to think what the actual name is. The ones I always the Haggerty when they do that, when they comparing cars, because they throw so much stuff at you.
Yes. I love their videos.
Yeah.
The videos are amazing to me.
When they pause it and he starts walking through, like, and this car is
they got the car in slow motion and he's right there walking, talking. Yes. Every race, at the end of the race, the car stops or slows down and he's right there talking about what the car is doing. I'm like, those videos, they put so much into those videos.
But they only drop like one a month.
Yeah.
But them things take off.
They run. But they got a big team behind that. Anytime, that's Haggerty. That's a big name. They put money behind it so that they can make money. But I bet you they're making a bag off of their video, off that channel. Yeah. They're making a big bag off that channel.
But I feel like that goes back into the thing where even like, I don't know if you watch Street Speed.
Yep.
But he was talking about he did the off-road thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, those videos took off. So now he wants to make sure he does a focus on that. You know what I'm trying to say?
His videos when he was on his farm doing all that off-road stuff, they all did well. Even the ones when he was on those trails, taking vehicles on the trails.
Yeah.
They all did really well. I remember him talking about that. The problem was when he started coming back into the house and nobody wanted to see that.
Yeah. But what he was in there saying was too, though, was that, but it took a lot of edit. I'm talking like the most recent one he did where they was comparing trucks. They took 3 different trucks. They took 3 different trucks out there. I think it was a Dodge, a TRX, a Raptor, and something else. They just took them off road, and they did and it was like he called it his attempt at making a Motor Trend video about comparing them.
They
took off, and he was like, the thing about it is because he wanted to be very meticulous with the editing. He was like, it took me like quite some time. I think like 3 weeks to edit it,
Man,
but them videos took off.
yeah, bro. But but then you start. But now hold on. I'm gonna back up. I say but maybe is not the way to start this because if they do what they're supposed to do, if they take off and they become million view videos, that's fine. Even if you're posting once a month, that is absolutely awesome. So if it take you a week to get the content, 3 weeks to edit the content and put it out, and they're doing multiple million views, I think that's a win, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's a win. If you're posting, weekly and you're doing hundreds of thousands of views, a couple of 100,000 views, that's a win because you're going to have overlap, right? Each week, one video could do that 100,000, but they're going to get additional views and you have overlap over each week. That's a win. That you're still going to be drawing probably per month, no less than 1 million plus views, overlapping videos, right?
So he got 309,000 views on this video.
I say
I
what?
was looking at 309,000 views on this video. He said it took him like 2 or 3 weeks to do it. It's been up for a month.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was a TRX, a TRD Pro, and a ZR2.
The part that gets me is,
Hey guys,
What's going on?
commercial break.
Commercial blank.
We having a commercial break.
Oh, break. What the? Oh, so like, we're not doing this. Yes, indeed. Oh my God. What in the world is going on? Lord have mercy. Oh Lord. He got ambushed. Oh Lord, he done dropped off. So you installed some new tweeters and what in your daughter's car? Nice. What tweeter did you put in there? Oh, you put her highs in there? Did she already have mids and bass? And how does it sound? Well, I shouldn't even ask you that. I know you're about clean sound, so it should be no doubt that it sounds clean. Yes, indeed. Welcome back. What in the world happened? I'm just saying, bro. What was that? You got ambushed.
I know, right?
Yes, indeed.
But no,
clearly, I could be wrong, but I would say that was planned.
What?
By them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. But no,
oh Lord.
But yeah, it was like 309,000 views. And when he talked about it, he said it took him like two, maybe 3 weeks to edit it. But I think he did two or 3 part series of it. One video got 309,000 views.
That woman said she will not be silenced. So the factory tweeters, really? Did it change? How much did it change the sound? Did it go to the next level? Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
233.
Yeah, bro. That is such a respectable number. You got to understand how bananas. We started this conversation today talking about the W1, and what's my thoughts on the W1. Looking at that hypercar space, I had to, how could I not talk about and to really show the importance of why the W1 was made and why and where it sits into that space, hypercar space. We had to go back and talk about what that meant, especially from a foreign car, right? That's a British car. to see what the Americans did with the ZR1. We had to put that in perspective to get an understanding about why that 1200 and something plus horsepower McLaren was important in that space and why they had to go that route, right? And I think it changes. And don't get me wrong, we already got some, very few hypercars that are, 16 plus 100 horsepower, like Bugattis and but when you look at some of these other cars that are trying to broach that space and fit into that space, what McLaren did with that W1, 1265, I think it is, 100. It's bananas. And just the thought of what ZR1 is a hypercar. It's hypercar, making hypercar numbers, right? So this, you're not talking supercar. No. That's not a supercar. That is hypercar numbers. And just understand the importance of GM making a car, making hypercar numbers. Why is the the W1? Is it a good idea to go that route? Absolutely.
Yeah. But here's the shocker. I think the Zora going to upset a lot of people.
Zora will.
No, I'm talking about like people that think it's going to be what it is. I don't think it's going to be what everybody thinks it's going to be.
I think it's going to be more.
Here's the thing. I think it's going to be just based off Corvette history. I think it's going to be the E-Ray.
I think it's going to be a version of the E-Ray.
I don't think it's going. I'm going to tell you right now. You can hear me. You can mark my words. It's not going to beat the ZR1.
I think it might.
I think it's not, and I'll tell you why. GM has not lied about anything they said about the C8 series. And the last thing they sat there and said was the ZR1 will be the fastest car we produce.
So you think Zora is going to introduce an electrified package with a big motor, but it's not going to beat the ZR1?
I think Zora is truthfully going to be the
in between ZR1 and
Z06. Yes. Even if they try to use the ZR1 motor, the problem they have, and they've already sat there and said, if you listen to the videos, and I'm giving y'all a preview of my video, just so y'all know. But the problem that they have is that the ZR1 already makes too much torque in low gears. So they are limiting the torque. They have a torque limit on the ZR1. Adding an electric motor does not help you.
It only helps you on launch.
It only helps you on launch.
Yeah.
So, and then if you look at all the hybrid systems out there, they typically fade away somewhere between 100 and 150 miles an hour. The car that struggles with that takeoff is the Z06, not the ZR1. So if you
even with the adding an electrified boost in the beginning of a Z06, especially through because I don't know if it'll be an all-wheel drive package. I think it's going to be similar to I think it might be similar to what Lamborghini did. Adding that electrified piece on a transmission that gives it that out of the hole launch.
Yes.
And then it allows for the motor to play catch up. I think what that does for Lamborghini, what it does, it fills the space of turbo lag. I'm just curious about where it falls on. Well, I don't know, because right now there's no definite. I think that the Z06 motor would be the perfect package. But what if they do go with a Z06 motor with twin turbo and then put this in there to
like you said, but everything you're sitting there saying, it doesn't have. The big thing they're talking about the ZR1, there is no turbo lag. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, where would the electric really fit in with the ZR1 motor?
But here's the question. Is there lag or isn't there lag?
They said, go ahead.
No,
I'm going to say, if you go back and listen to the video, that all the videos that Taj is in, and I can't think of the other guy who was the chief engineer up under Taj.
Mm-hmm.
They keep saying,
I can see his face.
Yeah, I can see his face too. they keep saying there is no turbo lag. The way they built it and how it spools up, there is no turbo lag. So it makes you believe it feels like a naturally aspirated engine with turbo, but it has turbos. So
Mhm.
there's like even now it builds up so much power, they have to limit the torque in the first two gears so the car can take off. So everything that an electric motor would actually do,
It would add more torque in the takeoff.
yeah, but it's like they already restricting that now
And
to
they got to retort that so that the car can actually get traction. So adding electrified motor to the front to that from a takeoff perspective is it actually defeats what they're trying to
the
remedy.
correct.
So
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like if you listen to what they say, everything that the electric sys would do, it does not have a purpose on the ZR1 because of what it's already doing. And that's why
yeah,
I say so. And then they sat there and said this will be the most powerful car. I don't think the most powerful as far as horsepower, but it will be. They said it will be the most powerful, fastest car we produce. He said that. So if it goes up like the E-Ray setup, you're going to add weight by putting the batteries and electric motors on. So
yeah,
you're producing a heavier car.
yeah.
At some point, that weight's going to become a factor. I don't think if they go Z06 motor, you're probably going to get let's say 12, 215, but you won't get 233 out of it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I still believe in the low ranges where most people play, because I was having this conversation earlier, most people play between 0 and 125. It's only a few of us nuts, and we all together in a circle, so you think it's more than what it is, but it's only a few nuts that go over 125. So, right. But so in the space between 0 and 125, adding an electric motor to the Z06 will be ridiculous. And even then, I think they have to down tune it just a little bit to really make it work. But if you put it on that car, you can easily get somewhere above 1,000 horsepower. You may even get to 1,100. You know what I'm trying to say? But I don't see it being. And then, like I said, and if they do put it on the turbo, you may see a higher horsepower number, but just like they came out and said with the ZR1, you get all that power at 3,000 RPM all the way. I promise you, you won't have all that power all the way through. You may see it from like 2,500 to 4,000. I'm trying to say, but you won't have that power all the way through the range.
I think the only way that they can benefit, because it's got to be,
Because that's the same thing with E-Ray. You have 650 horsepower, but when you look at the performance, the E-Ray only puts down 650 horsepower or puts that output out in a short span on the power range. So
and
you
what
don't have it
but
all
that's
the way
what you
through.
want for launch, right? So the
Yes.
only way I can see that there's a benefit comes from electrification on that car, on a Corvette, is going to be from a launch perspective. So whatever shortens the 0 to 60, that's the
Yes.
only thing that I can see where the benefit comes in on this. Now, the other side of that is the sustained power. What happens with horsepower that gets that car to torque, gets it moving, horsepower sustains
Yes.
the growth and speed, right? So I'll be curious about, what does those high-end speeds, because to your point, I think that if they announce that the ZR1 will be their fastest car, that means nothing else is going to see
I don't think nothing's going to say
233.
233. It's not going to
Right.
see 233.
But even if it sees 210, the question is how fast does it get to 210? Because
Correct.
that's the number that's going to make the difference, in my
And
opinion.
see,
How
and in
fast
my
does it
opinion,
get to 0 to 60? How fast does it get to 100? How fast does it get to 200? Those numbers are going to be the goal is to make those numbers mind blowing.
correct. Now, my thing is, and this is like my belief with it, I believe when they drop Zora, because and I gotta go back and look at the information on it. This is just me brainstorming, but a lot of information on my head. The Z06 pulls from 3,500 all the way to like 82. The electrification is going to kill that 3,500 no pull range. You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's what will make the the Z06 or the Zora a monster, is because now you pulling from, let's just say, the minute you step on the pedal, like the E-Ray, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And then when it hits that 35, and the Z06 is already pulling hard, that to me, that's where it goes in. Everything they're saying about the ZR1, that thing is pulling from the minute it gets traction.
Yeah. But
So
see, that's the key phrase. That is the key phrase.
from the
When
moment
it gets traction. Right. So,
but here's the funny thing
reason
about
why I
it.
say that is so key is that I think that electrification in the beginning increases his ability to get traction. Again, don't get me wrong. And before I even, and I know what can happen, we can go too far with traction on an all-wheel drive and just spin the tires all four times.
Yes. But I was going to say this too. But the thing about it, and this is what's really intriguing to me, if you watch the ZR1 videos now without launching this thing, just from a regular take your foot off and step on it and let it roll, it's still doing 3 seconds 0 to 60s without launching it.
Yeah.
So like, that's the crazy part. It's still doing 0 to 60 just off a regular roll, less than 3 seconds with no launch. That's why I say this thing, from all the engineering designs and stuff they talked about putting into this car, this thing is mind-blowing just at what it's accomplishing from a normal, just let me just step on the gas and go. No launch.
So, look, and Cody just made a statement, in my opinion. Well, he made it already, but that is a very good point. You know, if there's any time for Viper to actually, if they can, bring something to the table that's going to, shout, scream, and shout, this is the time. Because right now, unfortunately, Ford GT isn't doing it.
GM already said, look, guys, I got this. Step back.
I know, and that's the way I see it.
Hey,
look,
in the words of
what I saw Chevy or what GM did, GM was like, y'all chilling, right? Y'all chilling. You twin turbo V6, yeah, whatever. You getting rid of your V8? I got this, guys. Let me show y'all how we're gonna compete with these supercars overseas, and that's what they're doing.
In the words of Schultz, I see him driver's edition.
And he doubled down. Look at how much money he's investing, over $800,000, $800 million into the next motor.
Look, in the words
it ain't
of
over.
In the words
it
of
ain't over.
In the words of Show from ICMB Driver's Edition, they said they got alien technology. Let me go touch ET finger.
I'm about to go touch ET finger.
I'm gonna show y'all how to do this.
I'm gonna show y'all how to do this.
That's exactly what GM did. Oh, come here, ET. Let me show you how to do this. Step back real quick.
I mean, anytime Ford decide they went with and again, I don't think it was the worst decision, because at the time, well, the Italians also started playing with a twin turbo V6, and you can't knock them because, well, they've already got proven twin turbo V6s out there that know how to handle their business. GTR, right?
See, I'm gonna say this to you, but see, I
in
think
the race car market, most of those cars that are on those tracks, twin turbo V6s.
But see, I think the biggest thing about it too was that GM was like, they felt like the engineers kept saying was, they felt like the gloves was never taken off. They was playing with a handicap. Like, y'all don't want, if we go mid engine, we can do something. Like, no, stay front. We're a front engine brand. You know what I'm trying to say? But I felt like once they took the gloves off, like, here's the thing, and this is why I think the other part of the ZR1 being the fastest car they're gonna put out, come out, is when they first dropped it, they said Zora was gonna be pushing 1,000 horsepower. Then Taj came out and said in the video, we didn't know what we could accomplish with the twin turbo setup. We kept getting more. So if you follow how that's why I said they already had their mind.
Man, they didn't know was going to work.
Correct. He was like, he said in the video, he was like, yeah, he said we could have stopped at 900, but the engineers like we can still get more. He said, so we just let them do what we wasn't expecting to get this. So if you go back to the first chart they dropped, they said the ZR1 was going to be somewhere around 900 horsepower, but the engineers kept finding ways to get more. So to me, I feel like Zora is probably, they had already pinpointed it was going to be 1,000 horsepower car. It's going to fall somewhere right in that same range because they already knew they was going to use another motor to get there.
Yeah, and I think that here's the tough part. You gotta look, and when you pay attention to Corvette's history, the ZR1 always land at a space. ZR1 always opens the door to where the new Z06 is going to be. And just look at the history, look at the horsepower of the ZR1, and wherever that is,
What's for the next car is going to be. Yeah,
the Z06 is always just a little bit more than that, and then the ZR1 up next after that just freaking blows it out the water, right? God, I don't. The part that baffles me is the door that they open.
Yeah.
And what does that mean for future cars?
GM
is not going backwards. They're not going backwards. You know, I just don't see it. I think their introduction to electrification to their cars was only, you know, added, a sprinkling. It's not meant to take the place of, right? Like what Dodge did. But when you look at what they did and what it means for tomorrow, the possibility for tomorrow and that brand, we really need to stop. And I know I don't think he's used that term in a while, but there's no way that Ted should ever fix his mouth to say GT car. Although it has GT capability, he's crossed the threshold to hypercar performance that still has AC, heating, cooling seats, a banging stereo system, right?
All which you can do at 233 miles an hour.
Oh man, that part is
wait. Did you hear what he said? Right? He said he did 231. I think with the AC on or the heat blowing. That's crazy. Full blasting the heat.
Comfortable
at 231.
So my point being, from that, when you look at things from that perspective, right? And we talking, okay, we're gonna talk about just having a nice stereo. We just had this conversation. Like, God, I can't think of his name, but he's usually on Car Wow. He's one of the guys that go out there and hang out with your boy on Car Wow. His Revolto, he couldn't wait to get off a gumball so he could put a
music
subwoofer in the back of that thing because it sounded horrible. He said the stereo was horrible, so he had to update the amps and all the speakers and all the doors and add subwoofers just to get decent sound from the Revolto. So when you think about something as simple as that, it really does make a difference, man. It makes people wonder why the Corvette is so popular, and it's popular worldwide
because it's a GT car.
Because it's a GT car that performs with supercars.
Yeah.
And now hypercars. My God. So I don't know if that's a great idea, IS. I just don't think there's a market for us. You and I can't be the only people buying them. I'm just saying. It can't just be you and me for them to make that car, that IS. It's got to be more of us.
I would say this. For them to make the Riviera, they have to make it a luxury car that
has performance.
Rivals, not to say that rivals the Cadillac. It has to rival Cadillac, and I don't think they want to do that.
It has to compete. No, they don't want to. I don't think even. And I say this because, right, so of the GM brands would exist, right?
It's like
cars, Buick.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but
Buick
because
has a market, and they're not looking at creating another GNX, right? Because it would have to compete with Cadillac. I don't think they want that.
Yeah, like the way they restructured the whole company, like all the brands, they literally made Cadillac the premier luxury brand. In order for the Riviera to be a hot seller, it has to compete with Cadillac, and I don't think they want that.
Well, and it's a Buick, so
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm
would
saying.
only be and what's here's the crazy part, and it's funny that you say that. Here's the crazy part. And for time, many a time, Buick got a lot of the Cadillac hand-me-downs,
Yes.
right? So they always bring, how can I, man? What's the word I want to use? Elderly luxury, if I have to say it that way. So grandma drove Buicks, right?
Yeah.
And they brought a certain amount of luxury that wasn't quite Cadillac, but it was luxurious still, right? It's kind of like when you look at the Cadillac truck, the top of the line of GM trucks, other than Cadillac, is GMC. So GMC gets all the other Cadillac pieces from the the Yukons, from the Escalade. They get some of the similar pieces, but not quite
Correct.
an Escalade, right? I think that's where Buick was falling within that space.
Yeah, it's like if you look at it this way, like think like this: the Park Avenue was like a DeVille,
It was a DeVille.
just minus a few options. Like they never gave it all the Cadillac technology. It was close, but not all.
The sedan, the Roadmaster
Mm-hmm.
was the Fleetwood.
Yep.
So it was, they shared platforms, they just didn't give it everything, right? I would love to say that would be a great move. I just don't see that it has a space right now. I don't think it has it. I think Buick they're doing well with what they have. Buick has found themselves trying to maintain. They actually have some very nice looking cars, and they're trying to compete with the Japanese market. So I'm not mad at them for that, because of the models that they've come out with and the cars that they're producing. They actually got some really decent looking cars. You look at a Buick sideways, that was that SUV. I looked at it a couple of times. I'm like, is that a Urus? So they got some really good styling. They're doing some really cool stuff with their product. But it's to your point, I agree. For them to create a Riviera, that Riviera would have to have performance, and it would have to have luxury, and it would have to compete. It will probably compete directly with Cadillac.
Yeah, I would say the best way to say it is like a detuned CTSV. That's the only way it'll really have a space.
And I don't know. And you got to think about Riviera and Riviera history. What do they bring into the Riviera that makes it that car that when it comes out, it's going to keep people attention? They're like, I got to have that.
Like I said, like if you think about the CTSV having 650, they bring Riviera in at like 575 or 600, it'll pull a market.
I don't even think they had to go that far. I think they could go around 500 and be good.
They wouldn't get me
at
at
be around 500. But you got to realize who is going to attract. That's the key. Who will this car attract? Who's going to want to buy this car?
And that, like I said, that's
the rub. What you saying?
That's the other part too. Like who you trying to attract? Because they're trying to make Buick the more what they say, that hip midlife vehicle.
So, I mean, you got to think, back in the day, Buicks used to be a younger generation's car. So it was younger people buying Buicks back in the day. Buicks have grown. Well, I don't even say grown. I feel like that younger generations that was buying Buick were the ones that continue to buy Buicks as they got older, right? I think they fell within that boomer age, and that's who buys them. The boomers. Boomers are buying those.
It became their comfortable brand. But
they became their comfortable brand because they still ride nice. They still look nice, and as long as you're satisfied with what you have, then that's pretty much all that matters, right? They got a brand that they were able to trust and rely on. Can't knock them for moving in that direction, but man,
especially Mopar people now, like, oh, we trust Dodge. They make like we trust Dodge. Get you a Challenger. Get you a
2025 Traverse.
the Traverse RS is nice.
But you know what Traverse is chasing after, right?
A Legacy. No, I'm just messing with you.
You know what the Traverse is chasing after, though, right? Let me pull it up so I can. It's the RS.
Mm-hmm. Don't think it's really real, but
Is that full size?
yeah.
No.
Look at the 24, right? Because I was gonna say the 25.
Looking at 25.
They got it out because I know it looks a lot like the 24 Traverse.
I mean, 4 pipes? Like, wow. Like, for real, for real. Hold on. Let me get a picture so that I can post it so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Hold on. We getting there. So when I see this, I'm gonna tell you. So you gotta also pay attention to. Let me pull it up real quick. What's the Ford?
Lefty say, what younger generation Buick always been an old person car. See,
so when I see the Traverse and what they did with this vehicle, and especially, let me go back to the screen I was on that showed me numbers. It's an inline 4. They need to do better than that. Wait, let me see this. They still need to do better than that. The first thing I think about is hold up. I should show a picture, man, so we can see what this thing.
Everything going turbo photo. That's the problem.
But they need to. That's the only way. That is the most convenient way to get power out of these cars. Is to go turbo. You gotta put a turbo on these things. It's been proven to get easy power out of these vehicles. Let me pull this up real quick. So the first thing I think about when I see this, right? And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad looking vehicle. I think it's a really good looking vehicle.
Same one I was looking at.
And they, the 4 pipes on the bag, everything from the grill to the let me get a different view.
But like a baby Tahoe.
It looks like a baby Tahoe. It does. It looks like a baby Tahoe. Oh, this is a good side view. It looks like a baby Tahoe. That's why I asked the question, is this a full-size truck? Because it looks like a Tahoe, in my opinion. And I know for one thing, I believe that they were chasing after, in my opinion, I think it's the Ford Explorer ST. Now, ST has now got a following in the market that blows my mind. I'm seeing people taking that ST, and this is where they fall short with this inline 4. It's getting that 7 seconds. The ST is getting the 0 to 60 in like, I think 5 seconds or something like that. But also people these things are modular because it's that EcoBoost motor. Ford Explorer STs has now gotten expensive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because it became desirable, because now people can tune these things. They can put it on E85, and these things do crazy numbers. Ford ST, Explorer ST, this truck, they do crazy numbers. But you got to play with them a little bit. But out of the box, 400 horsepower. This was like 3 something. The Traverse is like 3 something. So when you think about, and I like it, don't get me wrong, I think it looks good, but it falls short if you're chasing power. New York made a statement, man. People want this. People like the speed. Not even if they're not going to use it. They may
Mhm.
not even use it. They got people that have fast cars that have a fast car because it's a fast car, not because they plan on driving it all the time.
Correct.
Fast, right? But knowing that you, man, and look at the stance on this thing. Lord have mercy. That thing look nasty. But anyway, and look at the horsepower. Y'all see this? You see this? You see this? You see this? Do y'all see these numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see these numbers? They got guys that are building STs with bolt-ons and not having to go too far. We're not talking about, you know, having to do too much to the motor. We're talking doing tune, maybe turbos, and doing some other stuff. And they chasing and beating down Trackhawks from an EcoBoost motor. Just saying. Well, young generation Buick always been an old person's car. I'm just saying, man, younger generation Buick have always been old. For some reason, my grandparents, they had a bunch of Buicks.
I will say this though, which is funny,
It's
because
been a hood car too. Buicks have been hood cars.
that's what I was going to say. Buicks have been hood cars, and that's why. So I can see the younger generation with that, because I remember growing up, old people actually had the Oldsmobile 98.
Yep.
Young people had the Park Avenues, the Buick Centuries. You know what I'm trying to say? While people had the Oldsmobile Delta 88s and the Oldsmobile
98,
98s.
88s. Yep.
Yeah. So for that purpose, like I said, at least when I was growing up, all the younger generation had Buicks. So
Yeah. So that part right there, right? So
right.
this the part that, and what I was kind of touching upon, whereas they do have a product that carries over now. You know, they're competing with the Japanese market, and they do have a solid product. Why you think?
And I would say
Why Pontiac is gone? Why all these other makers are gone, and Buick is still hanging in there?
But I will say this too. Another thing that Buick had from when I was growing up that I remember was it was like the first family car.
Yes.
So like when people really start
Station
making
wagon. Remember that
family,
big Buick station
yeah.
wagon? Yes.
And that's kind of where the Deuce and the Quarter came from too, like the Buick Lexus, because it's like most people that had a family, they went out and got a Buick. It's like it was the
Gotcha.
perceived thing got to do. I got to get a family car now, so you go get a Buick. It was so yeah. The Regal was.
I
nice.
think it'll be a great daily drive. It looks great. It looks amazing.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember everybody in the hood had a Regal.
Same here. Like it was. I hate this. It was a hood car, but I think what happened also, man, it was affordable and it looked good.
Yeah,
that's what made it pretty hoodish, if you ask me.
Then when the witch called me out the Regal platform, the car everybody loves,
G bodies,
the Grand National.
Yeah. But I mean, but look at all the crossovers from the G bodies, all G bodies, everything from Monte Carlos to the Cutlasses to it was across
Cutlass
the board.
Supreme, baby.
It was across the board, but it was all that was the one time when they had different makers: Pontiac, Grand Prix, Regal. All of them. It was 4 body styles, right?
Yep, the Cutlass. Yeah, Chevy with the MC, Pontiac with the Grand Prix, Buick with the Regal, and
so when you get these cars that can cross over, that works. It works, but I think that Buick is one of those brands that stand the test of time because they still had a pretty decent following, and it was all those people that couldn't, in my opinion, that didn't want a Chevy and couldn't afford a Cadillac.
Yep.
Can you get them to fight? Yes. Talking about the STs? Yep. Very easily. You can get them to 500 really easy. They got tons of videos out there. I got roped into Explorer ST videos. It was so bad. Ray was about to buy an ST.
I'm gonna say, yeah,
like
they got STs out there running down X5Ms and Trackhawks and SRTs.
Clowning. Straight
clowning. But I think too, it's
I
like
mean, look
to
at the
me.
one I got on the screen. This
But
thing
if they say,
is 657 horsepower.
but to me, it's the poor man's Range Rover Sport SVR.
The which one? The Explorer.
Yep, the Explorer SC.
It does look like it.
That's what it is. It's
If
the
you
poor
think
man's
about
Range
what
Rover
it showed,
Sport.
they're smart to do that, though.
Yeah.
Right? They're smart to do that. It's amazing what they're able to get out of these things. And it's that little EcoBoost move. See, Ford blew up when that EcoBoost move. This is the same motor that's in this vehicle that's in the Ford truck, the F-150 with the EcoBoost. It's the same motor. The same motor.
They be boosting.
Buick made a bunch of cars that was actually kind of fire. Regal was key, but Buick made some cars, man. They actually made some pretty decent cars. Those EcoBoosts, man, they are so I want you to also think about this. We'll tell you why the EcoBoosts are still so good. When they got rid of that big motor in the Rapture, although they went back, they went to the EcoBoost. It was the EcoBoost that's in the Rapture. So you can still get the power, you just don't get the sound. People wanted the sound. And for this thing, if you're chasing after the Japanese market and you knocking them down with this thing right here, especially, all you need is speed. This car, right, and in my opinion, this is the one that they chase after BMWs with. I believe it. But this thing can run almost anything. You got to think the power that it's making, it doesn't have the same weight as a track car. It's lighter. Doesn't have that big old motor. It's lighter. But man, what was that horsepower? 657 horsepower. Oh my God.
667.
And you're talking, well, Urus, you don't have a chance against this vehicle. It's going to light a Urus up. Just saying. It's
like that car got boat on to have about the same horsepower as a Range Rover SVR.
Bruh. With an EcoBoost motor.
Yep.
Hey man, I say get it and build it and make that sucker incredible.
If you build it, they will come.
Really? That's crazy. It's kind of cool. But if you think about this, man, when you really look at this, now don't get me wrong, and I hear you, Lefty. This will be a great daily. I mean, it's going to be really good on gas. It's going to give you everything you need to move about. All-wheel drive, you can take this thing mildly off-road and not have too many issues. But it looks good. The styling, it looks really, really good. It definitely gets away from the speed side of the house, though. I was outside. I ran into Tim. Tim and I, we was in Crystal Lake, stopped at this parking lot and was running our mouth. Ran into him out there. And a dude pulled up in the Caprice, the police Caprice, the Holden. And he came by and that thing was whistling. I was like, ooh, he turboed it. It sounded crazy. Still had all the classic looks of a police car, but it had a whistle and it had blow off. I was like, my goodness. He stopped over there, showed us the car. That thing is crazy, man. They got a place out here that sells them, and they got a few Caprices over there. That Holden is something else, but you really got to play with that interior to make it nice. to get something decent out of that interior, out of the Caprice, because they be looking rough. They got people that's sitting in them just constantly. Those things struggle from a look perspective on the interior side of the house. You're never going to find one with nice interior, ever. Ever. Good Lord. 700 horsepower Ford Explorer. Just saying. I'm just saying. If you're gonna play with one, if you really think about doing it, Mr. Johnson, I'm just saying, you can do it. You can do it, and you don't have to, like you. Although some of these cars are showing 700, 657. This one says 650 plus horsepower. 500 is respectable.
Yeah.
And that's 100 over what it comes stock. You can get out there and have some fun with this car, this vehicle. Just saying. You can get out and have some fun with it and still be respectable without breaking it. This is the same motor that they put in that Lincoln Aviator. I've seen somebody did something to it and made that thing fast. I'm like, really? Who'd have thunk it? But you can do it.
Bubble Caprice.
I know, right? He said that's the real last one.
I know, right?
I ain't mad at you on that one. That Bubble Caprice was something else. That was a boat. That's borderline doggone Fleetwood, Cadillac Fleetwood. That thing was huge.
The plastic sleeves have you sliding across the back in your handcuffs.
Yes, indeed. No, sir. That's man. They put them seats in all of them, though. You can have that. Lord have mercy. The world's fastest. Just saying, man. If you can do it, I say play with it. Especially if you're interested in it. It's the ultimate sleeper.
See, I just feel like you got to build it though.
You do have to build it. It's gonna take some tinkering. It's not gonna happen, just by looking at it. It's gonna take some tinkering.
It's like a wide body kit on. Like you got to build it.
You don't even have to wide body this. All you got to do is bring it to the ground a little bit. It looks good already. It already got the look.
That's what I'm saying. To me, it needs a little bit more. Other than that, it's like you got a bad suspension Explorer.
A slammed Explorer.
Yep.
But that's what I do call it, the ultimate troll
Sleeper.
car. Sleeper troll car. Because you can roll up on people. People going to think, oh, Lord, here we go. The grocery getter.
What you bust the suspension.
Right. You got the grocery getter. What are you going to do? Until that thing take off and you hear that blow off valves. You're like, wait, what? Not a bad deal because they don't spend as much time in those cars. Good point. Bro, listen, man, those Fusions, they're light. They're light. And if you do that, it's the same motor, EcoBoost motor. You do it right, it's going to scoot. I'm just saying. It's going to scoot. And depending on the Mustang 5.0, some of them 5.0s ain't making but like 400 something horsepower. They're not making as much as you think they could be making. They're only making 400 something horsepower.
Yeah, they ain't respectable. They just slide across shows and hit people.
Yeah. That's why, for me, Mustang's got to be GT350R or better. It just doesn't make sense to get the 5.0 for me. You got to build. I would have to build the 5.0 to be satisfied with it. Have to pull a ray. But then you're going to run across all your weak links from a suspension, drivetrain, yada, yada, yada. Gots to be more careful. Mustang was careful. Ooh, sheesh.
Let me get up out of here. I got to go finish some work.
Not a problem, bro. I think we're going to shut this one down. I need to get some things done as well. And try to check on the family because I need to see what's going on. So definitely. Man, I appreciate you guys hanging out.
Yes, sir.
I think we had a good time tonight. Good conversations. Cody, I cannot be more apologetic for you getting demonetized. Hopefully that
What?
switched. Oh yeah, man, you missed it. You wasn't here. Yeah, man.
What you do, man? Who auntie you pee on? What you
Oh
do?
Lord, he said, "Who auntie you peed on?" Yes, indeed.
Like, what you do, man?
When you start getting rowdy in the comments, man, you can't let them people spin you up. So he let somebody take him out off his square.
Oh
And,
man, you just hit him with the St. Louis. Show me.
just tell him thank you for watching. That's all you got to
Bro,
say.
thank you.
Thank you for
Hey,
watching.
you got more comments? Watch the next video. It's gonna be dedicated to you.
Yeah, man. Now I feel bad for my boy. Hopefully we just get past this. It'll be good.
Yeah. How you get the troll, man? Just make a whole video about them. This non-educated person got on here and had the audacity to say that he can do this, this, and this, but the only car he has is a 1973 Saturn with a 4-banger trying to turbocharge it with some water-cooled.
You realize, man, they got cats out there that's sitting there talking smack on the other side of that computer and saying what you said wrong about a car, or telling you don't know what you're talking about, or saying your car ain't this, that, and the other. They got to go out there and crank a hose or something just to get the car moving every morning. They got to move the brick
Right,
from
you
the
know
front
what
of
I'm
the
saying?
wheel so they can go forward. When they back up in the spot, they got to open up the door and push back so they can back into a spot.
You
Man,
get those. You get those.
you
Like,
just gotta let them be.
Right. You comment on being educated in the only realm that they're educated in.
But it's not even just the education. It's
Which
where
is
they
the-
can say the crazy stuff they want to
Right.
say
I'm just saying.
behind the keyboard.
Like, remember Lauren Hill made a video about this called the miseducation of like, you just gotta hit it with them comments, man. Like I know, like
that's just going too much.
I got
See,
people that always want to tell me, like, whenever I make a video about something, well, you can find it on what's that Temu, not Temu, what's the other that everybody go to where you can get everything cheap at? What is that site?
really, TD? Not yet.
Our garage. Yeah, no, but it's like really
Play too much, TD. You play too much.
but no,
Not yet. Not yet.
But no, I'm being real. Like, you have people like, oh, you can go on Alibaba. I think that's it. And order these.
Yeah.
I'm just like, but everybody not gonna do that because everybody don't trust Alibaba. So it's like, why I'm gonna recommend sending somebody some place they can get ripped off at? That's not what I do.
Alibaba was Temu, and what's the there's another one also. I can't think of the name of it. There's another one where people go as well to get. Man, you can shake the dice if you want to. I seen somebody from YouTube. He did Alibaba. He did an Alibaba AMG GT R kit on his. He built the AMG GTR with an Alibaba kit, but man, he had to do so much cutting and shaving and trying to make it fit. They don't come perfect. I mean, you might make it work, but it's gonna take some work.
And that's what I be saying. Like, I'm telling you what I seen to prove in this, and this, and you talking about go to Alibaba because you can save $60, bro. Every $60 ain't worth saving.
No, man. But you also have to wait because that thing got to come through customs. And you're going to have to go pick it up. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Nah, man, we thank you guys for coming hang out, man. I appreciate it, bro. It's always a thrill, always a pleasure. You guys helped make the day. The conversation was fire today. It was really dope. I really appreciate it, man. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you for coming back, show, hanging out with us, man. I know you've been busy. I appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us, bro.
No problem.
And then the usual, man. We got the usual right here in here, vibing, giving us some feedback. Always appreciate you guys, man. And remember, Cody, it's a learning opportunity. It ain't a loss. You just
Right.
gotta remember, we can't get back at them like that.
Oh man, you take it to the tube.
Make the next video about them.
Strictly about them. You could put
Might
the
as well
whole
make some money off of them.
right.
Just saying.
Flash it.
Might as
I
well
was
make
talking.
some
I'm
money
not gonna
off.
say no name. Just flash their name across the screen. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say no
yeah.
names.
Yeah, and then make the whole video about them.
Yeah.
They're gonna love it. They're
Mhm.
gonna love it. But man, go ahead, Shaw. I'm gonna let you start, man. You ain't do this in a long time.
It's been cool, man. I appreciate y'all for showing up. Have a great night. Stay safe out there in them streets. I would say it's always fun to drive, to get free, to relax yourself, release your mind, but don't get caught by the cops.
That ain't fun.
Right. Don't mess up your Thursday night. That's all I'm just saying. Don't mess it up. It's Tuesday, but don't mess up your Thursday
Don't
night.
mess up your Thursday night. Nah, I ain't mad at
Don't
you.
get locked up on holiday weekends. That's one of those, in case you don't know. You got to stay an extra day.
You gonna be there for a while.
You get free room and board for extra day.
Yeah.
Don't be
You
giving
know,
up your
enjoy the
cookies.
cheese sandwiches.
Right. Don't give up your cookies. Don't give up none of your sweets. Even if you ain't gonna eat them, the answers always no. I'm good. So, but
And
stay
don't
safe
fall-
out there.
And make sure you eat your own cornbread.
Yeah. Don't share your lunch. I don't care if you eat it or not. Don't share it. Rules to live by. But be safe out there.
Hey man, y'all know how we do, man. We don't do the normal around here, man. Why is that? Because we were designed from greatness. Guys, because we're designed for greatness, you have the right, the responsibility, and the authority to never, ever, ever be average. So, guys, don't be average. Hey man, that's salute to all our veterans out there, man. We got what? A few more weeks before we start hitting into Veterans Day, Veterans Month. Salute to all our veterans out there, man. Remember, man, freedom ain't free. Somebody got to pay for that.
That's right.
We're going to holler at y'all. And they pay for it with their time and sometimes their
Amen.
lives.
Yep.
Y'all be good, man. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.